Welcome back. Now we're going to see the other experiment, that is a shear test. By using the green sand, by making the specimen from the green sand, we're going to make a shear test of that particular specimen. So now we're going to look at the what are the aim and what is the apparatus of that aim of that experiment and how we're going to conduct that. So the mainly the aim of that experiment is to determine the green shear strength of a given specimen for a different percentages of clay and moisture. So in this we need to or we are going to identify the green shears green sand shear by making the shear strength, sorry, by conducting the experiment on the shear strength for a given specimen at a different percentages of clay and moisture. So first thing what we are going to use, what are the materials we are going to use is nothing but a base sand along with the clay and water. So the apparatus is required is sand ramming machine, universal sand test machines along with the attachments and weighing pan to check the weight of the sand. So now we're going to see the procedure how we're going to conduct this experiment. Again, this is the experiment where we can able to conduct in two parts. That is, one is varying the clay content and keeping the water content as a constant in a one part, and in the second part by varying the water content and by keeping the clay content as a constant. Now by varying the water content and keeping the clay content same. So now what the initial we need to do? We need to weigh the amount of the foundry sand, that is a mixture of sand along with the clay and water as specified. That is based on our requirement, we're going to consider the percentage of water. And the next thing one is when we transfer the sand into the tube and ram it with the help of the sand rammer. So sand rammer is nothing but it is one of the equipment where we're going to compress the sand, that is the mixture of sand, clay and water, where we are going to compress and we're going to make the specimen with the help of the tube. The tube is the diameter having a 50.8 mm of a diameter, where we're going to fill the through this mixture of sand, then we're going to compress through the sand rammer. So once the sand rammer is fixed, then we're going to fix the shackles is nothing but it's a universal testing machine. So the main aim of this universal testing machine is when we're going to apply the load at which point or at which load the specimen will get breaks, that is at where we're going to exactly we can able to identify the shear strength, or based on by universal this by the help of this universal testing machine only we can able to identify the shear strength of that particular specimen. Now once they remove the specimen from the tube on the help of the scraper, and we are going to load into the universal testing machine. So that is what we are going to adjust the preliminary by hydraulic pressure of the testing machine. So once we are going to apply that, we are going to increase, that is we are going to apply the load in the form of hydraulic pressure by rotating the handle of universal testing machine continuously until the specimen breaks. So we need to note down the readings when at which exactly at what the hydraulic pressure load where exactly the specimen will going to break. So this we going to repeatedly takes for different readings along with the, that's what we're going to take by the water content and the mixture of by keeping the varying the water content and then clay content as a constant. So now we can able to see this is the sand rammer where we can able to see this is a tube where we're going to fill this tube with the sand, and we're going to place here and we're going to rotate this rammer for the thrice. So automatically the shape what is there on the tube will be on there on the specimen with the sand where we're going to place this. So now by varying the percentage of clay and keeping the percentage of water. So percentage of sand, what is the percentage of sand and what is the percentage of clay and percentage of water. So here we are going to increase the percentage of sand and we are going to increase the percentage, or that is what we are going to vary the percentage of clay by keeping the percentage of water as a constant. So similarly again next we are going to keep the percentage of clay as a constant and we are going to increase the water, and we are going to with the help of the formulas we are going to find out the shear strength. So after finding the shear strength, so we're going to plot the graph for one is for the clay and one is for the water content along with the x and y axis. So the remaining part we're going to see in the see the practical of that shear strength with along with the machine. Thank you.
Come back. So the next experiment we are going to discuss about the shear strength test. So the aim of this experiment is to mainly to determine the given shear strength for the molding sand containing the various amount of mixture of clay and water content. So already similarly the specimen where you can able to see this specimen is used for all the three experiments. One is permeability test and the compression stress and the shear stress for the same specimen we are going to use to find out the shear strength by using the shear strength testing machine, where you can able to see these are the two specimens that has been used to hold the specimen properly for the testing purpose of when we are using the specimen for the shear strength. Now we can able to see this is a experimental setup to find out the shear strength. Once by using the RMS rammer, how we can able to make the specimen by using the green sand, clay and by using the water content. This is the specimen. So we need to handle very carefully the specimen for not making any damage by before the testing. Now we can able to see the arrangement how we need to place the components in order to test the shear strength, to find out the shear strength by using this machine. So you can see it is both are fixed in opposite way. So in between that we are going to place the specimen, which is the specimen which is made up of the sand and the clay with the mixture of water, where you can able to see the specimen. Now we are going to place that specimen in between the two components where we have been placed. Yes, you can able to see the component. Now we have fixed the component. Yes. So when you fix the component, initially we need to see the readings at what is the exact value. Now we will start applying the load. Now we can able to see we are gradually increasing the load to find out what is the shear strength of this. See, now we can able to see some crack has been started developing, means the specimen starts getting a failure at this point. Now again, if you keep on increasing the weight of the load on the specimen, automatically the crack extends. Now we can able to see the shear. Shear means it moves from positive to negative or from negative to positive on the opposite sides. Again, if you keep on increasing the load, so the specimen will break at one particular point. So this is how we going to find out the shear strength by using the shear testing machine. Yes, once after the completion of the testing process, next step is we need to calculate the values. See, here we are going to take for different trials, or at least 4 to 5 trials. Normally we are going to take for different values, and we are going to calculate for all the 4 to 5 values for a different composition. See, in this first one you can able to see the 91% of sand and 90 and 89. Like this, slowly we are gradually reduce, and we are going to compare that and we are going to calculate. Now what would be the percentage of clay in this is 4 to 4%, 5%, 6%. And similarly, the percentage of water will be constant for all the trials. That is, we have taken for 10 grams, that is 5% of water. So when we compare this, or by calculating this, we are going to get as 10.1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 Newton per mm square of shear strength that can be able to withstand that much of amount of force that can able to withstand by using this sand. This indicates, so all the values will vary for the different trials, and based on that finally we are going to get just sample we have taken. Based on that we need to draw for the values, we need to draw the graph for what the values we are going to get. So thank you.